Blessed ones of the nations of the world. One more time, this is your brother Dan Moses Osei Osakode of TRC, Ghana. Coming to you this 5th of May 2021, Wednesday, with a recording being made on the 4th of May 2021. Akwaba to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder, and Akwaba to the continuation of this unthinkable expose. This is part 3. We are continuing. Humanity and the nations of the world. Akwaba to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. Ghana and the nations of the world, United Nations. I want to make it emphatic. I want to make it emphatic. I want to stress, I want to reiterate that the former UN Secretary General, Ban Ki-moon, the former UN Secretary General, Dr. Busumuru Kofi Annan, Dr. Busumuru Kofi Annan, had nothing to do with these atrocities, with these evils initiated by the government of John Akufo and his cronies, Nana Addo Akufo Addo, political, diplomatic and religious minds of Ghana, George W. Bush and his cronies, oil-loving cronies, political, diplomatic and religious, warlike cronies. Dr. Busumuru Kofi Annan has nothing to do with that. He is totally innocent. Yet it is his precious life. That Ban Ki-moon and his cronies, who are guilty in their own conscience, have cost him his precious life, and it's being covered up to this very day. That's what we are knowing, and we know seem to be anything that is Ghana's internal issue. We will not accept it. Akwaba to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. The bulk of the crimes were perpetrated, committed when this US undercover agent was set up into marriage with me. On the 9th of December 2006, it ushered us into 2007, at which time His Excellency Dr. Busumuru Kofi Annan, it was his last year for him to exit as the UN Secretary General. They dug on his back. Don't we forget that before Kofi Annan's term of ended, wicked minds wanted to entrap him, to get him out, dent him, destroy him with a UN oil for food program, and claim that his son was involved in corrupt practices and seek to demand that he resign. He told them, hell no, I will not resign. Humanity and Nation Akwaba to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. This is a sacrificial lamb whose blood is shed and is being covered up at the expense of my life. And humanity shall not accept that. Those in the United Nations who believe in the human race and believe in the United Nations should not accept that. Those that have been killed have been killed. Those that are alive, why should some say that the crime should be perpetrated at the expense of my life until I am killed. The killing should go on, and my innocent children should be made the reward for crimes. You set up my family after you have killed my family members, and you want me to call this peace and justice? I will not accept it. Akufo to the program Testimony, New World Disorder, Humanity and the Nations of the World. Let's get it clear. What is happening to humanity under global pandemic, coronavirus? It is just an agenda to divert the attention of humanity from what is being done to us. I will take it again. The coronavirus, the COVID-19, is just being used to divert our attention from the heinous crime that has been committed against humanity and the nations of the world. What have been done to the human race is potent enough, evil enough to have ended our world. This is no me, an individual, UN Secretary General, whom the evil has been pursued to cost him his precious life. Ghana. The grounding of the Ghana Airways was to cover up the crimes. This very issue, the danger that they have created, was affecting every airline in the world. You know why? After they had killed my uncle, Nana Daniel Opoku AJ, and I had to come from the US for his funeral, Nana Addo Akufo Addo, the brains who have created this problem, went to the extent of trying to plant narcotic on me at the Dallas, Washington Dallas International Airport on the 4th of February 2019, when I was leaving, on the 4th of February 2020, 4th of February 2020, when I was leaving US to Ghana to come mourn my uncle and my father. They were using the South African Airways with the crime network members of Nana Addo Akufo Addo, who were planted on the airline. One was called Tina. I had to capture her on the airline. The criminals whom they were using to seek to plant narcotic in my bag, they were going to use their bag to claim that my luggage. They were finding means to set me up. They never wanted me to set foot on the soil of Ghana. They must find means to prevent me from coming to mourn with my such a dangerous thing. They were using the South African, revolving South African Airways official at the airport from an African country, name withheld. His name, they call him Kofi. Like Kofi Diewu, John Akufo. He bears the same name with him. Ghana, we should also remember that in 2013, when the government of Barack Obama had made this persecution and terrorism against terrorizing me in America with this US undercover agent get out of hand, I had to flee to the South African embassy. They had to come attack me and the embassy in collusion with the Ghana embassy US. prevent the South African embassy in Washington D.C. from giving me asylum, drag me out of the embassy, make the South African embassy put 5 years embargo on me from ever stepping at the South African embassy. That was 2013. And in 2020, they had to, at the back of the South African Airways, on which I was flying to Ghana, seek to plant narcotic. So they have been so wicked that they were endangering the entire airlines of the nations of the world, because they must seek to kill the South. So we should not wonder as to why this pandemic thing, they are using it to impact all airlines of the nations of the world. Listen, humanity, they are playing us. America, they are playing you. Ghana, we are being played by political, by diplomatic, religious, in Ghana and America, to cover up heinous crimes against humanity. When I had been to the funeral of my uncle and I have returned to the US, I needed to fight back, non-weaponly, peacefully and non-violently, at the White House, openly. It has become very, very ugly. I had to hold this toilet paper in my hand, tissue paper, and tell the American people that the wicked political minds, Akufo and his government, who have committed this evil, the whole world should come and see. The Ghana Airways on which I was sold has been caged by God at the Terminal 3. The whole world should come and see. Investigative bodies of the nation should come and see. It is at the Kotoka International Airport, Terminal 3. I was exposing that at the White House between February ending and March. It has become very, very ugly at the White House. And they should watch this toilet tissue. My own leaders in Ghana, the government of Addo, they have no brains to run a nation. And they have turned my national currency as useless, more useless than the toilet paper. I was telling them, at the White House, I was telling the world that in their minds, they have made their print, they think that the bigger the currency is, 200 Ghana notes, that is what makes their currency value. So they have printed 200 Ghana notes. Meanwhile, the 200 Ghana notes, it has valued as useless, more useless than the toilet paper, because that 200 Ghana notes, the Ghanaian currency, it cannot be used, it is not used beyond on any nation of the world, not in America, not in Canada. But the toilet paper is used on it is used in Ghana, it is used in Togo, it is used in Mali, it is used in every nation of the world. I wanted the world to know that I will not take the killing of my uncle and the secret cover. I will not take it. That was when I had to stand, and when they have brought their crown counterpart, Mahmoud Baumia. As we go on, we will know how dangerous that guy is. Through Chicago, I declared him a terrorist at the White House, openly, before the eyes of the world. It has gotten so ugly to the extent that the only thing they had to do was to lock down the human race. Akwaba to the program, testimony, the world disorder. Blessed ones of the nations of the world. Yeah. So let's come back to Ghana. In that secret human sale on the Ghana Airways, it involved one political party member that had been a staunch political party member of the John Ejikufu's party, Nana Addo Dankwa-Akufo political party. His name is Richard Baidu, also of Tema Community for Richard Baidu. His name is in the ICC document. Before the United, his name is there. That Richard Baidu, his partner was the Ben Papa guy with whom they used to set up the plot with the Moses Alobu. So that Richard Baidu is their crime partner. What Ghana doesn't know is that the game that the John Ejekunkufo, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, they have been playing. They are using individuals who have been used in the crime way back. They are part of the crime network, and then they recycle them, they reshuffle them, bring them back as unnamed witnesses to make up false evidence, false testimony, as intelligence reports on the behalf of their government, the government of Nana Addo Dankwa, the behalf of the U.S. government. So their own crime. You remember the individual that landed at the Yami? Their own. This has been done for years, carrying their crime members, some to UK, some to Canada, some to the US. Humanity and the Nations of Akwa to the program Testimony, New World Disorder. This Richard Badu is part of the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's and John Ejekunkufo. They are crime, Moses Alobi, they are all crime partners. His partner is with that Papa, who was the head of that Ghana Airways crime human sale deal of getting me to America. Now, that Richard Badu eventually was one of the brains that was used in the networking by the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, which got Reverend Dr. David Nabemado, my pastor, killed on the 30th of December 2018 after they had killed Kofi Annan. That same Richard Badu, after they have before the killing of Reverend Dr. David Nabemado, his pictures, his report, that Richard Badu's report, have gotten to the ICC, and when they succeeded in killing him, I have captured his image in his tracking agenda against me. I've captured and sent him to the International Criminal Court. So it is the same crime network members that they are reshuffling. Ghana, Akwa to the program Testimony, New World Disorder. They sought to kill one Ghanaian. From the days of slavery, they have killed our soldiers into destroyed our lives because they could not take us to be humans or equal Ghanaians as they are. And they sought to kill one Ghanaian. But the God of the Bible proved to them that you have done all the evil that you could do at the back of Osama bin Laden, at the expense of the blood of Muslims. You have brought your ugly tail to the God of the Bible and to Christians. He will stop them there before they take it to the Jews. There are three major religions in Ghana. They have used the Muslim, Osama bin Laden. They have done that evil to Muslims. They are now cutting to Christians. And we're getting the killing done. This Bible talks about a very ugly time that is going to come for my noble, precious, my noble, the noble Jews of the world. This Bible talks about it. They are finished with the Muslims. They are now cutting a Christian. Their next step was to what the Bible has talked about. That a terrible time is going to come upon this world. And you Muslim, Christian, and the Jew, we are going to suffer most. This is the wings. So God had to stop them. Ghana now had told us in this evil pursuit, they had to set up Israel, set up Palestine, set up Muslims of the nations of the world. that if you want to come against them, they will get Israel, Palestine, Muslim to be fighting each other. So they sit in comfort and watch the evil that they have done. The consequence fall on Israel, fall on Palestine, fall on Muslim, that they destroy each other's life, and they set as political minds, diplomatic minds, religious minds. Ghana, let's go into something now. Before I left the soil of Ghana, if you're a Muslim in any part of the world, in Ghana, you're a member of the human race, hear this. I was renting a home. I was a school teacher. I was teaching the youth as a Christian, raising the youth, imparting the word of God into them. Now, the plots that they laid against the innocent Muslims was, there was a Ghanaian Muslim family which was in my neighborhood. That Muslim family is what Nana Addo Akufo and his administration, John Ejikun, they exploited. Nana Addo Akufo, Mahmoud Baumia, they have exploited. Now, that there is an individual in that family who was called Hajia. No. The mother was Hajia, and the lady was called Aisha. Ghana, that individual was, and that family had been very helpful to me all my life in Ghana. I have had no problem with Muslims. I've lived peacefully with Muslim Christians. We have lived our life perfectly. That's how I've lived. That individual was an individual that was helping me if I needed to wash. She was helping me. Sometimes I give her some money, and if after I go to work, she would prepare. If I need to get me some food, she would prepare the food, my food for me, some stew for me. This individual and the family, I have committed no crime against them and against the laws of Ghana. But because the use of my innocent life to go about the agenda of killing innocent Muslims, they had to take advantage. They had to exploit that innocent Muslim. Claim that I was a Muslim when I was in Ghana. You know, before, how can an individual be claimed to be a terrorist unless he is tied to Islam? So they have to find means of tying me to Islam to claim that I was a Muslim when I was in Ghana. That lady was my wife that I was married to before I went to US to go marry this US undercover agent. They had to do that to cover up for the evils of this US undercover agent and to cover up the fact that they were killing innocent Muslims of the nations of the world. Ghana, that individual that I'm talking about and the sister had to accompany me to the Kotoka International Airport when I was leaving for the US in that setup agenda. They didn't know that this is what was going to be done, and the trap that has been set. I didn't know that. There is an individual whom, when I left for the US, He was called Libedin of the church, the same committee for Assemblies of God church, where I fellowship, the same church of Reverend Dr. David Napemado. That individual was called Libedin. That individual was one of the individuals. You see, those times back, if you are traveling outside Ghana, you know, you take pride in your whole family, family members, friends would like to accompany you. That Libedin was one of the individuals that accompanied me to the airport when I had been sold out. Humanity and the nations of the world. Akwaba to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. It is that Libedin who was used to set the nation Israel up by the government of Nana Addo Akufo Addo, that they may paint me as a Muslim, as a terrorist, as that Moses Alobu who is a dangerous individual that was being had. I am that person. Ghana. Now, if you're a Muslim in this country and you are being told that, or any part of the world, that I committed a crime against a Muslim, and therefore to pay me back the reward for that crime is that they have to go about the nations of the world and kill Muslims. Do you see how stupid that is? I have committed a crime against Muslims, so they have set an agenda, and it was Muslims that they were getting killed. They did this willfully. They know that that Muslim family and that Muslim lady have committed no crime against her or the laws of Ghana, but because of their evil that they have done, they have to step at the back of that innocent Muslim to cover up the evil of this lady. That Libedin guy, when I traveled out of US, the home where I was living, there was a 13-year-old girl. That Libedin guy had got pregnant with that lady. He was a Christian. I was a Christian. And I'm still a Christian. Christ is my Lord. Now, that individual was the one that was used to set Israel up. Go check his passport and you will see that they were flying him to Israel. Libedin, the 13-year-old, that girl that she got pregnant with, it is no crime to the Akufo Addo government before the laws of Ghana and before the eyes of God. My innocent life that was sold on the Ghana Airways, I am the criminal and not Moses Alobu, and I must be used for the agenda to kill innocent Muslims, and they have killed them and continue to get them killed. Akwaba to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. That Muslim lady is alive. She's not dead. She's not dead. The question that the innocent Muslims of the nations of the world, Christians, Jews, atheists, all of us have to ask is, if the individual that they are using to make up false evidence and false witnessing as intelligence report to get to be destroyed, and have gotten innocent of the nations of the world, innocent Ghanaians killed, she's alive. Why were they not able to put her in court, put me in court, put her with me at the ICC, to let it be known to the whole world the crime that I have committed against her and against Ghana? But they have to use women of the crime network whom they have paid money, mansions, and cars. That Moses Alobu eventually was recruited as a CIA mole. Yes. They had to pay him money, mansions, and cars. Now the government of go see all they had to buy women. Money, mansions, and cars must be their general reward. From 2006 to 2021, this evil had gone on in secrecy. In the killing of Reverend Dr. David Nabemado, because the killing was plotted from the northern region, you will see that as at that time, that debating had been taken from Tema, where he lived. He was now at Tamale in the northern region, and behind a radio station, just like Kweku Owusu-Edona is hiding behind a radio station to aid terrorism. He was hiding at the northern region, where the family member of Nana Addo Dankwa, the family member of Reverend Dr. Nabemado, who is a Norton, they bought his mind to come kill. After killing Reverend Dr. David Nabemado, immediately they carried out libading. They flew him out of Ghana to US. They must cover up the deal. They must cover up. Ghana and the nations of the world are core to the program Testimony, New World Disorder. The government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo, Mr. John Lejekum Akufo, these evil political minds, they know so well that they well planned this evil to do to humanity. They don't see the people of Brong Hafo, my family, as equal Ghanaians and equal human as they are. So they must use the family and claim that we benefited, and they go about and kill us. As of today, my family in Kumasi, my family in Ghana continue to be paid and exploited by the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo to cover up the killing of my uncle and my father, because they claim we have benefited. Okay, they have benefited. Have you killed Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo? Have you killed Libedi? Have you killed Moses Alobu? Have you killed the many that were taken? You see, the general reward of money, mansions, and cars. Those that wanted to be flown out of the nation. Grace Odami, Oklahoma. Beatrice Adoya, UK. Georgina Opon, Canada. There are many Dennis Ofosu in Canada. Criminal minds that were used. If you want to be settled here in Ghana, you will receive money, mansions, and cars. If you want an opportunity to further your education, they give you an opportunity to go to university. They sponsor you out. They have done that for them, and they are all still alive. If you're a Muslim in this country, go find out what mansion, car, or money, how much did they give to that Muslim woman and the family, at whose back they climb to get innocent Muslims killed at the expense of my life. How much money did they give them? Because they don't see the Muslim in this country as humans. Humanity and the nations of the world. Let's go to part 4. God bless you. God bless my homeland, Ghana. Yeah, to us.